Is Rahul going to join from the ground?
Hello and welcome to 5 at 5 with Rev Sports. Lots to talk about today from cricket to football. There's a lot going on, starting with, of course, Surya Kumar Yadav being named the captain of the T20I team over what we thought would be the obvious choice, which is Hardik Pandya. We'll also discuss about the two squads, ODI and T20, and also talk about tonight's blockbuster clash between India and Pakistan in the Women's Asia Cup. But we'll also talk about football and what are the updates after Greg Stewart has joined Mohun Bagan and Jackson Singh has joined East Bengal. There's a lot to discuss, so let's get to it. I'm Gargi Rao, and joining me today is Boria Mujumdar and Devashish Sen. Boria, we did the show after the team selection yesterday, but I didn't get to ask you how you thought of what you thought about this sudden switch in T20I captaincy, because after the World Cup final, we were sure it's going to be Hardik Pandya.
Yeah, it's an interesting choice. I think five or six people should be feeling hard done. One is obviously Hardik Pandya. Uh, Yuzvendra Chahal should try and bang his head against the wall and ask what he needs to do to find a spot in the Indian team. He gets the highest number of wickets in the IPL and then gets a spot in the World Cup team. What has he done wrong in the World Cup team that he got dropped? He did not even get a single game in the World Cup that Devashish and Ishan covered, and yet he got dropped. I mean, why? Was he sort of? Is there a disciplinary issue that we don't know? Why have you got given him a chance, Yuzvendra Chahal, that you dropped him? Sanju Samson gets dropped from one format, gets a position in the other. Rian Parag gets an opportunity in both formats. So it has been an interesting selection for sure. Kuldeep Yadav doesn't get a look in both formats. He gets a look in one format. Uh, who else? Ruturaj Gaikwad and Abhishek Sharma should also feel hard done. Abhishek Sharma, after he scores 100 and sees that Rian Parag gets in, Abhishek Sharma doesn't get a look in. So this is an interesting side. Is it Gautam Gambhir's call that all of this has been done? But Hardik Pandya, obviously the understanding is that somebody who has to undergo workload management cannot take this kind of pressure, and that is why has not been picked, and that's why Hardik Pandya will not play all of the series, which is why he cannot be captain. Now, is that the call? Is that the call, or there are some other things that are not in the public domain? Are there other issues that are not being revealed? So, but having said that, I mean, Devashish, I saw a tweet by Devashish where he said that Hardik Pandya should find himself unlucky. That's the tweet you wrote, right? I mean, you had tweeted unfair. Yeah, correct. So the Devashish felt that Hardik Pandya, the decision was unfair. My point is, you can look at it both ways. You can look at it both ways. Hardik Pandya, after the World Cup, hasn't done anything wrong to not get the captaincy. I also understand why and all of the backroom stories and everything, and it is not the first time that such a thing has happened. But all of these players can justly question Hardik, Chahal, Ruturaj, Abhishek Sharma, Kuldeep Yadav, each one, Sanju Samson, each one of them can justly question that, okay, what is the logic that this selection happened? And it's a very interesting selection. What is what you were on the show? I was actually watching the four of you last night.
Yeah, I did mention in the show yesterday only. It was a very unfair decision not to appoint Hardik as the captain when he was the captain of the T20 World Cup. And talking about he being picking and choosing a particular series, that has happened to captains in the past as well. He's very recently also one senior player who was not in the T20 format. All of a sudden he was named as the captain. So why double standard for Hardik? Means obviously Hardik has done nothing wrong. He has been in tremendous form in the T20 World Cup, helping India to win that silverware for Rohit and his boys. So then all of a sudden, and he was in fact he was tipped to be the captain, and all of a sudden in last 4 5 days, what happened? What transpired that Hardik suddenly was out of favor, and Surya Kumar Yadav has been touted as the captain, and that is totally uncalled for.
You also tweeted this, I think, Gargi, because I was seeing one of your tweets that, oh, this has finally happened, and we were talking about it, etc. Something like that you had tweeted about the Hardik Pandya, Surya Kumar Yadav captaincy, which I was reading. I mean, I was reading all the tweets this morning. What was your take on it? I mean, do you think it's unfair, as Devashish very openly is saying, or do you think No, there is a logic in saying that Hardik that needs much more workload management and all of that.
I mean, you can understand both sides. Just a second, there's an echo. Yeah, you can understand both parties at this point, because you have to be very practical in choosing a captain when it comes to the Indian team. Of course, you want someone who gives you a lot of longevity. So if the management has issues with, injury concerns or whatever, then that's another, point they could possibly look at. But if you look at Hardik Pandya's side, it's so unfair because you look at him, he's been given the captaincy so many times. He's leading Mumbai Indians. He led Gujarat Titans to victory and to the finals in the very second, in the one and the two seasons that they played, that Hardik Pandya was in the team. So when you think of this, you're given these hints for all these years that you're the next captain, you're the next captain. You've been given a lot of responsibility and you're performing them. You're taking on the responsibility, and you're delivering the performances, and then suddenly after such a hard time in cricket and in personal life, if you want to go there, it just feels so unfair what Hardik Pandya is going through right now. Because if you think of the last 6 or 7 months that Hardik Pandya has gone through in cricket, the way that his captaincy was not welcomed in Mumbai Indians, and the boos and all the hate that he got from the fans online and on the ground. And now this, I think it's such a hard thing to go through.
Gill justified his position in the shorter format that he's been appointed vice captain in both these formats, in the 50 over and in the 20 over. You reckon Shubman Gill has justified his position so far that he's been given vice captaincy of both formats? And Gargi, I think, tweeted that Shubman Gill is clearly being groomed as an all formats captain for India. Thoughts?
Obviously, the strange calls. Few of the decisions have been very strange. Means first round Hardik should have been named the captain in the T20 format. Means I still believe that he would have been the right candidate. And talking about injuries, Surya Kumar Yadav can get injured in his first series in Sri Lanka. God forbid that he is fit and he does well then in the lead up to the Champions Trophy in 2025-26. But then injury can happen to anyone. XYZ, anyone can be injured in playing a particular series. So that logic does not work, at least for me. And then talking about Shubman Gill, yes, he has been touted as the next big thing, and it has been for quite some time. It's not that all of a sudden he has been touted as the captain material. He has been talked about the captain's material for quite some time now. Yes, it is fair. Means obviously let's not be harsh, and let he should be given a fair go. Means he has recently captained the Zimbabwe series, so let's give him a go. Whether he has that ability to cap. He is the captain of Gujarat Titans in the IPL. So perhaps it is the right time to groom him. I mean, if you really looking forward, if you have the blueprint of looking forward, so why not try to Surya Kumar Yadav? But then let's see. But then his strike rate does not, 120 strike rate does not get him into that T20 side.
So
If
if,
you
if
ask me.
what he's saying, Gargi, I mean, and this is a question for everybody. If I was Ruturaj Gaikwad, I've scored a lot of runs. I'm the captain of the Chennai team. I'm the captain of the Chennai team. I'm Ruturaj Gaikwad has had two fantastic IPL seasons. So what is it that Shubman Gill has shown that Ruturaj Gaikwad hasn't shown? So why is Ruturaj Gaikwad? I mean, even in the Zimbabwe series, Ruturaj Gaikwad, despite being pushed down to number three, not his usual position, played some fantastic knocks. Got a 70 plus, got a 50 plus, scored brilliantly well. Even with Abhishek Sharma played that amazing knock. So what does Ruturaj Gaikwad have to do that to get a place? I mean, Shubman Gill gets a vice captaincy, and Ruturaj Gaikwad gets dropped from the team. So if you actually sort of check the last 2 years, he's had an equally good IPL. He's the captain of a Chennai franchise, just like Shubman is the captain of the Gujarat franchise this year. So why is it that Ruturaj Gaikwad was dropped? I mean, this is interesting. I mean, as I'm continuously saying, what has Yuzvendra Chahal done to get dropped?
Perhaps age might be again going against him. Only one thing that one can assume.
How old is he?
He's in high 30s.
Yuzvendra Chahal, I mean, then drop Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma. If you really want to go by age, then drop Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma. I mean, Yuzvendra Chahal was not even given a single game in the World Cup. He was not given a single game. and then you go and drop the guy. What's the point? Then why did you take him in the World Cup? What was the logic of taking him in the World Cup? There must have been some logic of taking him in the World Cup, and he was not given a single game. And after that, he comes back. He was not part of the Zimbabwe series, and you drop him from Sri Lanka. What is that guy supposed to feel? You get Shreya Iyer back. I understand all this, but why is it that Yuzvendra Chahal, who was part of that side, all of a sudden gets dropped? What is his fault? How many times has he failed for you? If I was Ruturaj Gaikwad, I would feel hard done. The boss, what have I done wrong? What have I done wrong that Shubman Gill has done that I get dropped from the team and he gets the vice captaincy of both formats? These are pertinent, important questions that need to be asked.
I think it has a lot to do with the pecking order and who's been in the circuit for longer in the Indian team circuit is what I'm saying, because I think Shubman Gill, because it just comes down to, I think, who the Indian management prefers. If if uh, it's not we can't always see what the management is seeing, right? If management wants Shubman Gill to be the next captain for India, they want the Shubman Gill to be the next Virat Kohli type superstar, then they're going to back him. That's just how it is. And maybe of course Ruturaj Gaikwad has done nothing wrong, and this is very unfair on him. But we can't really control what's happening right now, and it is yeah.
Controlling Gargi. No one's controlling.
Yeah.
And that is why I keep coming back to the Chahal point.
Hmm.
The same selection committee led by Ajit Agarkar picked Chahal for the World Cup. You must have seen something. The same selection committee, and obviously Rohit Sharma as captain must have had a say. Clearly, Surya Kumar Yadav will not have that kind of a say just when he's being appointed captain, right? So it must have been the same selection committee. So the same selection committee under Ajit Agarkar. Only difference is Rahul Dravid and Gautam Gambhir. So when Yuzvendra Chahal was picked in the team, they must have seen something just 1 month back. It is not even a month. You have won the World Cup, what, 3 weeks? So you must have seen something in Yuzvendra Chahal that you took him to America, that you took him to the Caribbean. What has he done wrong since that you dropped him? That is the question. You took Ruturaj Gaikwad to Zimbabwe. He overperformed. He did everything possible, not even batting in his usual position. Then you drop the guy. Then you drop the guy. Khalil Ahmed, on what basis gets a selection in both
When
teams?
when we have our Arshdeep Singh.
When you have an Ashdeep Singh, who has, by the way, picked so many wickets in the World Cup. I mean, I am quite intrigued. Let's put it that way. I'm quite intrigued by sort of this selection. Somebody is saying honestly, Bishnoi is a better choice. So if Bishnoi was a better choice, why did you not take Bishnoi for the World Cup? Why did you take Uzi? World Cup is the more important tournament, Namorto, isn't it? The World Cup is the most important cricket tournament. So for that, you take Yuzvendra Chahal and you did not take Bishnoi, and all of a sudden Yuzi becomes dispensable and Bishnoi becomes better when Yuzi has not even played. How is that an explanation? Tell me.
Exactly. There's no explanation to all these queer decisions
Clearly
that we.
suggests that it's a team that Gautam Gambhir wants. And that is his blueprint, and that is his roadmap leading up to the Champions Trophy 2026. So it clearly suggests, because it means you can argue about one player being unceremoniously being dropped or someone has been picked, but to be say, if you look at least five or six who deserves a place in the side, finds themselves out of the squad. That they, some and few among them does not even find in any of the squads. So that clearly suggests that it's an opinion being sought by Gautam Gambhir, because he was present in that video conference in which where Hardik Pandya was also present. So I clearly feel that and Gautam Gambhir is someone who always backs who he feels can do wonders for him, can win matches for him. So he is one captain who can be rest assured that now that these players have been picked, they will get a fair go under Gautam Gambhir's tenure, because he will back to the hill to see them perform for India.
Okay, Rahul has joined, but as we go to Rahul, let's say this. Let's be clear on this that while it is all good for Gautam Gambhir to go ahead with the selection and win it for KKR, India is a different ball game, and if things don't go well for Gautam Gambhir, then the whole backlash will be quite strong. All of these players have been dropped. The backlash could be seriously strong. So we have to wait and see. Nothing succeeds like success, Gargi. Success has many fathers, and all of us know that. And defeats has they have none. So that is something that Gautam will have to remember when he is coaching this team. Rahul, let me go to Rahul and then Gargi can take it over again. Rahul, you're in the East Bengal ground. You're in the East Bengal ground. They've sort of unveiled Jeakson Singh. Give us a sense. What happened? Jeakson Singh, clearly there is tremendous euphoria among the crowd.
Yeah, it was electrifying atmosphere at the halftime during the game because it was the first time that the East Bengal fans got to watch their favorite midfielder, in the East Bengal jersey for the first time. Though he arrived in the airport a day before yesterday, but that time hardly there were few fans present. But today at this ground, but unfortunately, because of the weather, because of the climate, it was a very low turnout. But still, it was evident on every fan's face that this is a move that the fans have been waiting for a long time.
Rahul, you become on mute. No audio. No audio. Rahul, we can't hear you.
We can't hear
Okay,
you,
so
Rahul.
now he's back again, I think.
No, I
Rahul, can
think
you hear us? Okay.
there's some problem. But in the meanwhile, we have a super chat from Ayush Jindal. He's saying, Goria, the DC updates giveaway winner, guys. Thumbs up.
Give him a winner.
The bat.
So that is your responsibility and Gargi's responsibility. Give it. I have given it to you and Gargi to give. So why have you
We'll
not
do
given?
it. By tonight, we'll do it.
So
We'll get
then
there.
How will you going to do?
Devashish and Gargi will formulate a policy and they can give it out. The giveaway has been given to Devashish and Gargi, and once they decide, send the address to Umakanta and he will post it. Okay.
Sure.
DC
Give
updates.
Umakanta's number.
Arey, he will be flooded with calls. Why should you give his number?
No, that's not how it's done.
DC updates. DC update is end of the month. They have the meeting. End of the month they have the meeting. I think around Parth, Saurav, and Kiran Rao they will do the meeting, and that is when we will know a clear cut path as far as Delhi Capitals is concerned. There could be some interesting coaching choices who can put their names in the fray. One of them put his name in the Indian team selection as well. Unfortunately, did not get it because of Gautam Gambhir. That's WV Raman. WV Raman could well be putting his name forward for the Delhi Capitals as well. And if he does, I wouldn't be surprised. Rahul's back. Rahul, if you could hear us, we lost your audio. You were telling us about how electrifying it was with Jeakson Singh.
Actually, I got a call. Yes, really, as I said, that it's a great moment for all the East Bengal fans because we all know, what they have gone through in the last 3 to 4 seasons because hardly there were any such exciting signing, no such talented midfielder, no such talented foreign players. But finally, they have got the team that they were dreaming in the last 3 or 4 years. Finally, they can fight toe to toe with their arch rival Mohun Bagan and other ISL team. So I think it's great moment for all the fans, and now what fans are waiting eagerly, to see their players in action in the Durand Cup, or you can say in the ACL2 preliminary stage. They're eagerly waiting to see their team, and I think now East Bengal is all set, to be the contender in the upcoming tournaments.
Okay, we just got update from Trisha that Nepal has beaten the UAE in the opening encounter of the Women's Asia Cup. And tonight it's the big match at 7 p.m., right? At 7 p.m., which Gargi and Trisha will track. It's India versus Pakistan. That's the critical game for tonight. So Nepal, ladies and gentlemen, have beaten the United Arab Emirates. It's a big moment for Nepal cricket because, again, one of the biggest support bases, and I have been saying this for a long time, that even for the women's games, and this was told to me by Paras Khadka a couple of years back, that for every women's match in Nepal, they had 25 to 40,000 people watching those games. That is the kind of support that Nepal women have back home. So they've beaten the UAE. It's a massive, massive statement from Nepal. And tonight it's India versus Pakistan. Rahul, coming back to you before Gargi takes it. Uh, have you been able to speak? 3.2 crore transfer fee. Will there be pressure on Jeakson? How are the fans perceiving it? East Bengal announcing Jeakson, Mohun Bagan announcing Greg Stewart, this transfer window hotting up. Quite interesting. And by the way, let me also put this on record. I had Tamal Ghoshal and Devashish Dotto from Mohun Bagan on my panel today. And both of them on record said, Mohun Bagan chhada East Bengal hoy na, East Bengal chhada Mohun Bagan hoy na. On record.
Absolutely,
On record,
absolutely.
Devashish Dotto and Devashish Dotto also reacted on Greg Stewart, which we will play. But Rahul, give me a sense of the East Bengal fandom.
Yeah, I think Goriada, you are just spot on. Playing for some other ISL club and playing for East Bengal and Mohun Bagan is totally a different thing. Yeah, of course, Jeakson Singh has excelled in the Kerala Blasters in the yellow jersey for Kerala Blasters. But now, as the price tag is so high on Jeakson Singh, as the club had to pay around more than 3.2 crore for this transfer. So obviously there will be a lot of expectation and pressure, and especially when I was entering the East Bengal ground today before the game. There was so much excitement among the fans as if they came here to greet their hero, their own hero in Jeakson Singh. So obviously we can sense that how much pressure and expectation will be on Jeakson Singh in the upcoming season. As far as I know, Jeakson Singh has excelled in both Kerala Blasters and national team. I think he's that kind of pressure. He is that kind of player who know how to deal with this kind of expectation and pressure of playing for big club. But again, as long as he's not playing in that match, as long as he's not playing in the derby, we can't say anything. But it's going to be a difficult job for Jeakson Singh to play, to showcase his ability in the red and gold color, in front of the packed Juba Bharati Stadium.
I think both the teams are making a good side. By the way, people are commenting about Gargi, your jersey being a Mohun Bagan jersey. I think it's the LSG jersey which they had
LSG
worn,
jersey.
the LSG jersey for that one particular match. It's not a Mohun Bagan jersey, but it's the LSG Mohun Bagan color jersey which they had used for one particular game. So Devashish sir looking intense, says Dex. He's focused on the show. I mean, does he have to laugh all the time? How can somebody laugh all the time? Uh, that's not the point here. But once again, Nepal beating UAE is an interesting result in the Women's Asia Cup because Nepal is a massive catchment area as far as I am concerned. Rohit Juglan in Sri Lanka, he's reached, so he should join the shows from tomorrow. Talk about Chroma, played for two giants, Rahul and Devashish. Devashish, you said he's okay now?
He is okay. He has recovered and he is on road to recovery. He is on road to recovery, so he is out of danger now. He was admitted in hospital because of brain stroke, but now he is out of danger and he is recovering and he would be released very soon.
Okay. So
That
that's the
will be
Chroma
so
update
great.
that we can give you. Yes, Gargi.
Yes, so we have a super chat. Hits is asking or saying Gill was way better in fitness and fielding. Gaikwad dropped catch in the last match and 900 IPL runs forgotten too soon.
Yeah,
Devashish Boria.
no one is saying Gill is not worthy. The point here is if you check Gill's record and strike rate and everything else for India, especially in the last series, how do you drop Ruturaj and take Gill and make him vice captain is the thing. Is it differential yardsticks? I mean, I've always said Shubman Gill is a great talent, as everybody else does. But how is it that Ruturaj Gaikwad doesn't find a spot? And if he's dropped one catch, how is Ruturaj Gaikwad a bad fielder? I don't think he is a bad fielder, and Shubman Gill is an extraordinary fielder. Do you think Shubman Gill is extraordinary and Ruturaj Gaikwad is bad? I mean, there's no as a fielder. How much of a difference is there between them?
I think when it comes to fielding, it's Shubman does have a slight edge over Ruturaj. He's, he's a brilliant slip fielder. Means he also fields in the slip cord in the test matches, and he's a and he's also good in the
But
outfield as
Ruturaj
well.
Gaikwad is a decent outfielder as well.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what I'm saying. If you have to pick one, I would rather go for Shubman Gill ahead of Ruturaj Gaikwad because he's a slightly better fielder than Ruturaj.
Okay, okay. And no one's forgetting 900 IPL runs. I mean, last year, for example, under Hardik Pandya, he was brilliant. He was brilliant. There's no question. So absolutely, that is a well taken point. But several people will feel hard done by this election. We need to let Rahul go. So let's ask a couple of questions of Rahul and we can let him go and we'll continue with football. Rahul, what's the latest? Who's East Bengal signing next? Give us some scoop.
As of now, I don't have any such news, but obviously, the club is looking for, I think, another. I think they are looking for another defender who can also play CDM position alongside, because that will be
What
the
about
missing
side
piece of
backs?
puzzle for the. Sorry.
What about side backs? What about the side backs?
Side back, I think obviously in ISL, if you see, no club can afford playing foreign side back. So obviously they will have to rely on the Indian side back. And obviously the foreign player that they are looking for is that who can play in centre back and CTM position. So that's the missing piece of puzzle in this team. Apart from that, I think the team looks settled. They have key players in every position. Only the CTM and the player who can also play the centre back alongside Gijaji Man is only missing. But apart from that, I can also assure you guys that Mahdi Talal is expected to arrive in Kolkata in this week only. So obviously, again, we can expect another such grand player unveiling at this ground. And the latest update about Diamond Takas is there, the new signing for East Bengal. He's still, his visa process is yet to be completed.
রাহুল
The
মাদি
moment it
দালাল
will be
তো এসে গেছে
completed,
কলকাতায়। মাদি দালাল তো এসে গেছে, স্বপ্নিল গিয়ে রাত্রি 3টের সময় কভার করে দিল।
my bad. I got mixed up with Diamond Tagas. Diamond Tagas visa process is yet to be completed, and he is expected to arrive in Kolkata by this week. My bad. So that's the latest update about East Bengal. Apart from that, there are no such news.
Okay, so you can go and have a fish fry because the East Bengal club canteen fish fry is outstanding. See, if Nituda gets you a fish fry, you can enjoy that while we can continue with the show. Right?
Sure. Thanks a lot.
এই সময় ভেজিটেবল চপ আর
Thanks a lot. Bye.
ফিশ ফ্রাইটা খুবই ভালো। নিতুদা কোনো রিয়াকশন দেয়নি রাহুল? Okay, Rahul's gone. Okay, Gargi, before you take it over, let's play the Devashish Datto clip. Mohun Bagan General Secretary reacting to the Greg Stewart signing and the Anwar issue.
তাকে নেবে এবং মোহনবাগান 1 নম্বর টিম বানাবে। 1 নম্বর টিম বানাতে গেলে আমরা আমাদের কোচের আন্ডারে আমরা চিন্তা ভাবনা করে এবার ফরেন প্লেয়ার, আপনারা যদি দেখেন বেস্ট ফরেন প্লেয়ারদেরকে আমরা রিক্রুট করার চেষ্টা করছি এবং গ্রেগ স্টুয়ার্ট আমাদের একটা অন্যতম।
আরেকবার বাইটটা চালা। Let's play the bite once more. I thought the frame became Okay, calm down. Rohan,
গার্গি
জায়গায় নিয়ে যাবে এবং আমরা এফসি চ্যাম্পিয়ন্স লিগ খেলছি, সেখানে এই টিমটা অনেক বেশি স্ট্রং হয়ে গেল। মনমানের প্লেয়ার তো অনেকে চেষ্টা করতেই পারে, ভালো জিনিস খেতে কে না স্বপ্ন দেখে, কিন্তু সে তো অ্যাট দ্য এন্ড অফ দ্য ডে পাবে না।
So Devashish Datto says Anwar to Mohun Bagan player, ভালো জিনিস তো অনেকেই স্বপ্ন দেখে, পাবে না বলাটা এই মুহূর্তে is not possible. আমি দেবাশিস দাকে বললাম that look, compensation and sporting sanction I understand, but পাবে না is not right to say at this point in time. Maybe after the sanction, in fact chances are more for East Bengal than Mohun Bagan after the sanction and after the compensation. Thoughts?
Yeah, absolutely. And remember, East Bengal, if reports are to be believed, they have already been obviously whether that signing is valid or not, that also goes to be seen. East Bengal has already not valid. Then Mohun Bagan has to give NOC.
They have not given.
Then they won't give.
They won't give. But that is why
going by Devashish Doctor's word, it's clearly ego. If Mohun Bagan do not let go Anwar, they will keep him.
No, but it is no longer in their hands also, Devashish. It is now a legal issue. So now the issue will be decided by the All India Football Federation's player status committee. They will tell. So Mohun Bagan will go and give their representation saying illegal. Anwar will go and say no, this is a just termination. And then the legal process will take place. Based on the legal process, the decision will come. So no one can, now it can't be ego. And that is binding to an extent. I mean, you can appeal to CAS, you can go to FIFA, so you can escalate it further, but that's your last. So if you ask my understanding, sporting sanction and ban or compensation, I understand. But to say that he will only play for Mohun Bagan at this point in time, that can't be said anymore.
Yeah, if he is banned, then definitely he's not coming back again to
No,
Green
he's
and
not.
Gold. He will definitely not coming back to Mohun Bagan if he's banned.
No, he's not. I mean, he's absolutely he's right. Devashish is spot on that if he's banned, then obviously somebody has to pay his transfer. Somebody will pay the compensation, and whichever club does that at this point in time, it's East Bengal. Then he will go and play for East Bengal.
Absolutely.
That's where the matter stands as on date. So we will see. And এইসব করে আনোয়ার ক্যারিয়ারটা নষ্ট করছে না তো? Who knows? It will all depend on the legal update. You see, it will all depend on the legal update. So we will not be able to speculate on this one. Gargi, we need to finish the show in about 10 minutes. So
All right.
Mohun Bagan trying any other domestic players? Tell me, folks, Mohun Bagan trying any other domestic players? Rohan, Snehashish? At this point in time, not yet. Mohun Bagan is quite steady. I mean, they are basically going to need one defensive midfielder to sort of.
They are going to take a couple more overseas players, if I'm not wrong, because they have already have 6 foreigners as of now. So basically they have Jason Cummings, they have Dimitri Petratos. These are the 2 players they have retained. They have roped in 4 players, if I'm not wrong. Jamie McLaren. I have all the list in my other phone, so I
Why
might
don't you
have
get
to.
it?
Can
So
someone?
they've got Jamie McLaren, they've got Alberto Rodriguez,
Alberto
they've got
Rodriguez,
Greg Stewart. So they've got this.
They have 6 players. They have 6 of them. I can name it. I can name it.
And from what we know in the morning, they're also talking to 2 players in Spain. Jose Molina is talking to 2 Spanish midfielders at this point in time. So we've got to wait and see what happens there. So with
I'll just name it.
yes.
So the Mohun Bagan's foreign signing, overseas signing, Jamie McLaren, Tom Alred, Alberto Rodriguez, Greg Stewart, and they have already written Jason Cummings and Dimitri Petratos. Whereas East Bengal, if you look at their signings, overseas signings, Madi Talal, they have written Ijaji Maher, Jordan Else, there's a question mark, Diamantakos, Clayton Silva, and Sol Crespo.
So those are the foreigners. Mohun Bagan can still get, because if you play the AFL, then you will need a couple more foreigners. Last year Mumbai had 8. Mumbai had 8. Devashish দত্ত ঠিক কি বলেছেন that Anwar Mohun Bagan player, Mohun Bagan, that's what he was saying, that other teams might want to get Anwar, but not every good thing will you get. That's what Devashish দত্ত said. সেন মহাশয় ইনস্টেড অফ মিষ্টান্ন খেলার খবরের ভান্ডার। হ্যাঁ, ট্রু। সেন মহাশয় সারাদিন খেলাই করেন। This is a good comment. This actually means Shen Mohashoy is a very well-reputed sweet shop, and here Shen Mohashoy is this man. Mohashoy is a respectful term, and he's got a treasure trove of sports news, is what our friend Shayon is trying to say. Yes, Gargi, over to you again.
Okay, so I just want to ask a few questions of the new selection. One is what's the mystery behind Ravindra Jadeja not being in the ODI team? What's going on there?
Or was he arrested?
But
obviously,
we haven't found any answer yet.
There are several opinions you can find on social media. And the fact that definitely Jadeja's performance in white ball format, means with so many players coming up, does put a question mark whether he is in the scheme of things for the new regime, means under Gautam Gambhir. But then he has an incredible record. I was just going through his ODI record. He has an incredible record. Some 3,000 odd runs, 200 plus wickets in one-day cricket. So and who can take away his fielding? He still is one of the best fielders India has ever produced. After Virat Kohli, he is your he's your best fielder. So I don't know, but obviously several there are 2 ways. Obviously, some are saying that he is rested, or he has opted out. Some says that he is dropped. But that still isn't that. Shomik has written a piece on the website today. Had there been a press conference, or had there been a press release, somewhat like a Cricket Australia release, there's normally a chairman of selections quote as to what is the reason behind picking so and so player, or what is the reason behind acting. But in this case, for BCCI, we don't get to hear anything. It's just the press release.
Yeah,
But this is a fact that a lot of questions have come up. that we are unfortunately not able to answer at this point in time. That is an issue. That is an issue that these two selections have raised a lot of questions, which unfortunately we are not being able to answer. That is a fact.
Yes, and final question before we close the show, Boria, uh, Jadeja aside, but what about Sanju Samson not being there in the ODI team? A lot of fans are upset about that because in the last series, in the ODI series, he did well in South Africa. So what are your thoughts about that? You're on mute. I had muted
I
because
tweeted yesterday that Sanju Samson should feel hard done. He deserved the spot in the World Cup. Unfortunately, he did not get that. Shivam Dube played all the games. Sanju Samson deserved the spot in the ODI side. He has had a good ODI last series. And then, Sanju Samson is one of those people who will always feel that he should have gotten more opportunities. I mean, you take him in one format, drop him from the other, but why? Why are you dropping him from the other? Is you know I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I really don't know. I don't know why Sanju Samson was dropped from the ODI team. I thought he deserved a spot in the ODI team, and I'm making that quite clear.
okay, so I think that's it for our discussion for now. We'll be coming back with more updates as BCCI said that they'll be keeping an eye on, player availability. So if there are any changes in the squad, I don't think there will be, but if there are, you'll know where to find the latest updates. It's on Rev
Can you
Sports.
also give the update, Gargi? So, what's your plan, yours and Trisha's, for the India Pakistan Women's Asia Cup match before we close?
We'll have to discuss that because I also have to cover the AIFF awards. So the times are clashing. So we'll discuss that and we'll let you guys know. But we'll surely do something. We'll do something nice for the India Pakistan women's match. So don't worry
Yeah, so
about
that
that.
is the other thing that Gargi is covering the AIFF Awards tonight, which is
Yeah.
in Dwarka in Delhi, and it is at the Radisson Blue Hotel in Delhi. So one needs to wait and see that who are the people who get the Gargi. If you get an opportunity, try and ask any AIFF official what they think about Anwar Ali, because everybody will want to know what the AIFF thinks at this point in time on Anwar Ali, isn't that
Absolutely.
Devashish?
In fact, I think media present there will definitely ask an AIFA president.
Yeah, I mean, Kalyan Chobe, what is his thought on Anwar Ali? Because clearly there will be a lot of interest in that one subject. That will it be PSC? What is the time duration? The second thing you need to ask Gargi is, what about the Indian national coach? Is it true that you have shortlisted Manolo and you have shortlisted Habas? Is this true? So that is something also you need to ask. So two questions: what is happening with the Indian national coach? Because if I know right, tomorrow in the executive committee meeting, AIFF is supposed to give an update. Is supposed to give an update about what their choice of coach is. Where is that headed? So Anwar Ali and the choice of coach are the two burning issues that should be asked in tonight's AIFF awards night.
Absolutely. I'll make sure that that happens. And till then, everyone stay tuned to Rev Sports. Okay. Nothing yet. I think we've gone through all super chats. I don't think we've missed anything. No. So we can end the show. Thank you everyone for joining and don't forget to like, share, and